And the war amongst Star Wars fans and Lucasfilm and the media continue. Will this be the end of Star Wars? What's up, everybody? Today I'm here to talk a little bit more about what's going on with Star Wars and the war against the fans and the media that is also very much so to blame. So we have seen throughout this week, and I have addressed it as well, that a lot of the media come out aggressively attacking the fandom of being bigots, of being racist, and all these things. And I also said in one of my videos that my biggest problem with this is that there is a huge generalization that every single person that criticized the film is part of that group of people that are actually racist and are actually attacking the actors, okay? Now, what blows my mind is that, in my opinion, the media is being very irresponsible because the kind of articles that they're putting out there, it's absolutely not weighing in both sides. And it's also not even verified in true facts. For instance, I've seen in a couple of articles out there that they've been mentioning a certain Twitter account that took the blame, or it's praising themselves to being the ones that took down Kelly Marie Train's Instagram because they were the ones bullying. Now, if you truly pay attention to this account, everything about it looks fake, okay? It's absolutely, and it's clearly a troll, okay? However, they still choose to follow this narrative that the entire fandom are the ones that are actually harassing these actors, okay? Now, my biggest problem with the media nowadays is that really any single journalist, if you're actually a journalist, you should have a responsibility that before you're sitting down to put articles out there, you should weigh in on both sides, okay? And this is exactly what is not happening. Instead of actually listening to why are people complaining about these films, they're going out there and creating their own narrative and at the same time blaming their entire fandom that every single person that criticized the film are the ones attacking the actors. And that's absolutely wrong, okay? Now, they're saying that if all the fans are not able to see a woman leading or diversity, let's take a look at Rogue One, for instance, okay? This movie is within the Disney era, right? So if you look at Rotten Tomatoes score, we have 87% of the audience liked it, okay? And this is a movie that is, the main person is Jean Erso, okay? She's a woman. Also, we have a Hispanic guy, we have an Asian person. It's a very diverse cast. Now, if the problem is that people or the fans, the Star Wars fans are not, like, they don't want to see this kind of diversity, how come this movie was so successful? Now, let's look at The Force Awakens, for instance. Obviously, we know that a lot of the people went to watch these films because they wanted to see Han, Luke, and Leia back on screen. This is one of the main reasons I wanted to see it too. However, it was still highly accepted by the fans, and we know that Rey is the main character there, okay? So it clearly proves, like, if you look at the score again, you go on Rotten Tomatoes, it's 87%. Like, there was people complain, it's very similar to A New Hope, yes, but the backlash is not even near or close to what happened after The Last Jedi. So why can't they actually try to realize maybe there's some weird narrative in The Last Jedi that didn't work, and perhaps we should be listening to other people complaining? But instead of doing that, they're taking this Twitter account that is obviously a fake account, a troll, or someone that truly does not deserve any kind of attention, and they're putting over there, and every single media and even the actors themselves are tweeting back on the fans, saying that they shouldn't be harassing the actors, which is absolutely true, okay? It's the internet. People are going to be doing horrible and saying mean things. Of course, everyone gets that if you're on the internet, and I do not support that, okay? I think it's absolutely terrible that people waste their time to go yell at actors because they didn't like the character that they played. They have no control over it. But another interesting thing that caught my attention is that there's a BBC article here, and BBC, it's also a very recognizable media, there is a article over there, which I'm going to put the link below, that says John Boyega tells Star Wars fans to stop harassing the cast. Again, Star Wars fans. Again, the generalization, okay? They're not talking about these trolls specifically. Again, it's the entire fandom, which I have a problem with because it's not the entire fandom, okay? I was completely on board with Finn on The Force Awakens. I loved the character. I thought he was fun, and I couldn't wait to see where he was gonna go. But as I see it, I really don't think that his arc was properly explored, you know, in the following film. However, I'm not here to discuss about The Last Jedi. I'm just trying to talk a little bit about why is Disney or Lucasfilm, instead of trying to put peace in this situation, they're just not doing absolutely nothing against this. You know, like you have the entire media harassing the fans, because obviously to me this is harassment. If you're putting every single fan saying that, you know, the fans are harassing, it's not the fans. To be honest with you, these people that are actually doing these trolls, they can't be considered fans. These are trolls. These are fake accounts. These people should not be given this much attention. And yet, these people that have only 40 followers are the ones that are being heard. Why can't they be hearing people with many, many views out there on YouTube explaining why they didn't like and why they think it didn't work? Why are those people not getting the attention? Because obviously it's not going to not going along with their narratives. This doesn't make any sense. But again, if people are really so against women, why do we have a very high score for Rogue One, for instance? You know, people went to see it. It made good money. It made a lot of money. And why? This is absolutely absurd, you know? But then John Boyega went out and said on a tweet, right? If you don't like Star Wars or the characters, understand that there are decision makers, and harassing the actors will do nothing, which I absolutely agree. For those that are actually going there and harassing them, it's absolutely pointless, okay? And then he's saying, you're not entitled to politeness when your approach is rude, even if you paid for a ticket. Now, I think he's a really cool dude. You know, every time I see him on an interview, he seems like the type of person I want to be friends with. I have no problem with it. But again, why aren't they saying that, why are they painting that this is the entire fandom? Is that where I have a problem with? Because it's not the entire fandom, you know? And this is how I believe that slowly will Star Wars even survive or go forward. Because I mean, we know that a lot of the people were completely turned off after The Last Jedi. We have proof after Solo as well that also did not do well. You know, clearly people did have a problem with the last film. And why instead of actually analyzing the problem, they're coming with this narrative that every single person is because it's racism, or it's because they're bigots. How is this even happening? How come the media is out there and they're not seeing both sides and actually listening to people's criticism? This just blows my mind. And why are they giving so much attention to a troll account? And also, the media are the ones that actually have access to these actors. You know, why have no one reached out to Kelly Marie Tran and actually confirmed this whole situation? This is just shady, okay? I absolutely do not support anyone that went on her account and bullied her, because I'm pretty sure it probably happened, because it happened to everyone that is on the internet. However, why are they painting as if it's every single fan? This is really not fair. It's really not fair to the fandom, okay? Because it's not every single person, you know. People don't like the movies. It's not everyone that is going there and harassing these people. And then it says over here later, and there's a confirmation from John Boyega, okay? At the end of the article, he says, Kelly Marie Tran, who played Rose Tico in 2017's The Last Jedi, suffered racism and sexist abuse on social media. She later deleted her Instagram post, but Boyega replied to a message asking why Tran had deleted her Instagram by writing, Kelly is an adult and has made her decision. I haven't spoken to her, so I am just as clueless. Just accept that you don't know as I have. So if he doesn't know, this is what it doesn't make sense. If he doesn't know why she deleted the account, if no one had got confirmation from her, how come this is getting so much attention out there? You know, it's because, I mean, can you even believe in the media nowadays if they're not even actually addressing people's real criticism, you know, or this is just a diversion so people forget about the bomb that was Solo. I feel very sad that he bombed, you know. It's never been my wish that Star Wars die, because I've always been a big fan. And we also seen Ron Howard came forth as well, which I think it's also terrible because, you know, it's terrible that Solo is the movie that had to suffer. Although I watched the film, I didn't think it was the worst film. I didn't think it was the best either. In my opinion, it was very average. However, I'm pretty sure that people did not support the film because they're still upset with the lack of acknowledgement of the criticism that is out there. And why this is the one thing that is really upsetting, and I just don't even know if Disney or Lucasfilm does not come forth and try to stop this. I don't see how can Star Wars keep continue. If you really cannot discern the real fans that actually have criticism about your film, and you're comparing them to this Twitter account that has only 40 followers and using that account to prove how racist and how terrible people are. Now, how could you compare the millions and millions of Star Wars fans to this Twitter account and actually think that this account has the power to do any sort of impact? I mean, it's kind of upsetting, and I would like to hear what you guys think about it. Do you think that Star Wars, it's going to continue? I mean, what can we even expect for the next episode now? If this is going to be nonstop, this kind of narrative is going to be out there, and if the media continues to put all the fans into calling all the fans, attacking the fans, saying that every single person, which is absolutely not true. We know that is not true. There's proof out there on YouTube. So many channels addressing the reasons why they didn't like it, and I haven't seen one that is saying it's because of women, or it's not because of women, it's because the way that they were put into the story, or the way that they didn't even care about the main character was supposed to be Luke Skywalker, for instance, at least give him a satisfying ending. That's the kind of criticism I've seen out there. I haven't seen people being racist. I mean, obviously there are, this kind of stuff there. It exists. Unfortunately, it's part of the ugliness of humanity. But I think it's very unfair that the whole fandom is being dragged into this mess, because it's not every single person that thinks that way and it's speaking that way, or it's even supporting that way. I think the majority of the Star Wars fans, all they want is an enjoyable film. All they want is to go be taken to a galaxy far, far away, and be reminded of the good things, and have that hopeness that Star Wars always brought, and you got out of there and you're always excited and you talked over and over again. But I don't think that people want to be divided or picking sides or being thrown into this mess. So anyways, these are my thoughts on these subjects. Anyways, let me know what do you think. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy this content, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.